Okay, guys, I'm gonna need to get right into this because I can't seem to keep this in a reasonable amount of time. I am trying to think of a way that I can be more consistent, come on here and talk. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't want to be on camera all the time, but when I was doing faceless ones, they weren't doing very well either. But I'm thinking, how can I kind of find the best of two worlds and still be able to help and be accountable and still build a community and still, keep in contact with those who watch my videos and who support me and and are on the same type journey or just cheering me on. And I'm thinking I'm going to start doing, and I want your opinion on this. Just I'm asking you to be kind, but I am going to ask for opinions. I'm thinking about doing like 30-day challenges, and my first 30-day challenge would be what I ate in a day every single day because I get here's my thing. If I could do that, it would be in shorts form. It would be on YouTube Shorts. Because if it's under a certain time, it automatically makes it a short or something. But it's easier for me. It's not as daunting because right now, y'all know that we're struggling financially, and I am trying every way under the sun to try to make some money, bring some money in. So I'm constantly doing other things to try to build that up. And so, but adding another thing to my plate, I need it to be simple and not complicated. And I'm thinking maybe it would help some people who are struggling themselves with money and trying to find ways to come up with meals that are, not just meals to fill the belly, but they taste good too. And that satisfies you not just mentally, but that or not just physically, but mentally or emotionally as well, because I am an emotional eater. I have to like what I'm eating, or it leads to a binge. And I'm telling you, the way I've been eating lately, it almost feels like I'm doing it wrong because we have been taught all our lives that, oh my gosh, if you want to lose weight, you've got to almost feel like you have to suffer, and you don't have to suffer. My biggest problem is the portion control. But ever since I was incredibly sick for 2 weeks, there's something that shifted. I think it gave me time for my brain to retrain itself, and the food noise has gotten so much better. I still have an appetite. I still want to sometimes overeat, so I'm not worried about, like, is there something else wrong with me? No. I still have a normal appetite, and sometimes I do want more, but I'm able to stop myself and say, "Nope, it'll be there tomorrow." Because no matter how many times something's in the refrigerator and I know I can have it again tomorrow, sometimes my brain has this thing where I want it now and I want it all. It's either all or nothing type thing, and I'm learning to change that. So I'm thinking this could be a way to show you that you can eat. I don't want to say high protein, but you can get your protein and fiber. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I eat high protein and I get all my protein every day because sometimes I don't. It's a struggle. That is something I'm still working on. It's a struggle. I can't. One of the things that got me frustrated and made me think of this to do this in this channel is I was watching TikToker, and this is nothing on her. If you have the money, I promise you, I'm absolutely delighted for you. But when you're on this side of the fence, and it is jealousy, I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it, but it's envy probably too. I'm happy for them, but it makes me cry. It makes me see how much we don't have. And it was frustrating when she said, you have to if you want to be successful, you got to have swaps and you have to realize that, you make the sacrifice. And what makes me, and I understand she didn't do it to say it to be mean, but if you can't see that some people can't make sacrifices, and I'll give you an example here in a minute, that you don't have food insecurity, and I'm happy you don't, but you're also lacking the empathy for those who can't afford to swap. Like she said, instead of having regular hamburger bun, swap it out for the keto bun because it gives you more protein and more fiber. A hamburger bun from Walmart is like $1.10 or something like that. The keto buns are almost $5. And that's just for one item. That's a $4 difference. And then she said, take instead of like Thomas's English muffins, which I don't even do Thomas's, it would be great value to buy these special high fiber, high carb ones. Again, there's like a $4 difference. She said you just make those swaps. There has to be a sacrifice. That's $8 more in my grocery bill for 2 items. I can't do that. I literally cannot, and that's not an excuse. I cannot pull money from a tree. I can't pull money from where it's not there. Bill money cannot be touched. We have to have a roof over our head. At least I really would think I want a roof over my head. And we have just a certain amount of money and a very low amount for groceries. And I won't say low amount, but it's amount that I can't go over. I mean, it's a decent amount, but out of that comes all our essentials, and I do buy Jason's soda out of it because the only thing that Man asks for is a soda, and he doesn't care what else I do or how else or what I feed him, nothing. So he's gonna get his soda, and I'm not gonna deny him of that. Um, Especially when we can make it work. One thing if we could make it work, he would understand that. The thing is we can do it. It just has to be we have to be very strategic. We have to plan it out. And I plan out all my meals. So I thought, well, maybe even though I eat very boring, and I do, I plan out my lunches that are very the same almost all week long. And my dinners consist of the same type of ingredients. They may be made differently, but they're most of the time about the same, and they are sometimes processed foods. It's all about taking those type of foods that you enjoy, adding food that is more nutritional dense for you, and balancing that out. And as long as I'm hitting my protein goals or close to my protein goals, because I just can't, well, I have to have a protein I cannot reach. And it's just, I can't afford to, not even that, is I get full. And because I'm not exercising, I do have to be a little bit careful, overeating protein and overeating, I don't know if you can overeat fiber, but anyway, so I thought it'd be a good way of showing you, listen, you can be poor but you can still have decent meals. Now, I am not a fancy cook. You're not going to find me having anything with fancy names in it. And I mean, there's times where we have literally gravy and, country gravy over biscuits, but I have a different way of doing my gravy. There's ways that you can take what you love and tweak it a little bit. And I can maybe when I make it, I'm not going to show you me making stuff because I'm not going to show my house. That's all there is to it. I will show you my food and I can show you the recipe that I use. And something, I don't know if I want to do this every single day or if I want to make it a big video and do it like, I know we'll start on Monday and then it'll end on Sunday, but it's like, I don't know when I'll have time to sit down and edit it all. So think about just doing it every single day. And on Mondays, I'll show you my shopping list. And maybe I'll do that, show Monday my shopping list. And then, and how much I spent. And then every day just show you what I'm eating. And it's probably going to be the same a lot. But I want to do it to hold myself accountable and to show up for you guys and to show myself that I can build a channel without having to show. Right now, I'm not ready to show my face all the time, but I feel a calling to be on here. And I'm hoping that this will help somebody like see and get rid of that old way of thinking that you have to have just a salad that consists of lettuce, cucumbers, and tomatoes with diet dressing, and that's all you can have. I know a lot of people think that's all fat people are supposed to eat is salads, but you don't have to. It's all about planning your foods that are within your budget, that add more protein, that add more fiber to the best of your ability, and keeping that calorie deficit. Then I thought after that I could do 30 days of maybe a water challenge or 30 days of walking or exercising, or not that I'm not gonna do it before that, but I can show it to you that I'm doing it. And then we can come from there. We could do some little challenges like, okay, this is all you have, this kind of meat is all you have, what can you do with it? Maybe we'll start doing like week challenges. Okay, you only have chicken and find different ways, at least 3 different ways of fixing your chicken for meals this week and things like that. So let me know what you think about something like that if you have any way I can do it. But it's got to be something that's a little bit more simple because, with the tight budget that we're on and we're trying to find ways to bring money in the house, I'm constantly doing stuff, other things to try to figure out how can I bring money in the house. And so I want this to be kind of my connection with you. I know that YouTube is not going to be I'm not even anywhere near being monetized, so that's not why I'm doing this. I do this because I feel a calling to help other people and to hold myself accountable. But if you have any ideas, let me know. And this is longer than I wanted it to be. But anyway, all right, guys, thank you for listening to this, and I will talk to you again soon. Please make sure to remember to leave me your comments. I would appreciate